I'm back, and I'm sick. I'm coming down with something. I don't know what. Took a test today, came back negative, so I'm hoping that everything's fine. I'll probably retake the test soon, just in case, because I don't really want to risk, spreading germs to people. Anyways, as it is, since I'm chilling out, we're gonna try to speed run some story. I did not mean to talk to you, Graha. I'm sorry. Guess we're going to the live scene. I suppose we ought to take stock of the situation by forestalling the 8th Umbral Calamity. We have unwritten By forestalling the 8th Umbral Calamity, we have unwritten history. The future now lies beyond my ken. None can say what awaits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we can overcome all trials. We have always done so, have we not? Show my wind-up, Mistel! Well now, I have my suspicions as to what this is about, but would you be so good as to confirm them to me? Aye, just as I thought. They went ahead and with it after all. The artisans of the mean had come to me with a proposal, you see. In celebration of the knight's return, they asked how I wished to be commemorated, on a coin or as an automaton. Neither, I replied, for all the good it did. They knew I would be embarrassed. It makes no difference what name they give it, yet they still did it. Right stubborn lot they are, as befits the people of the Crystarium. They shall be just fine without me, and Lena may rest assured I do not worry for them. Nevertheless, I shall never cease to pray for their happiness. No longer am I the leader of a nation. Whatever power and influence I may have wielded, I left it behind as surely as I left my body. But everything I have ever felt and experienced, all of these things and more, I have brought with me. You have brought for me. And I shall carry them close to my heart always, unto the end of my days. Oh, he's so precious. Oh, that was a happy accident. Let's see. What does he ask how he fares of late? Do you mean since I reawakened in this body? The hunger being par for the course, I have no complaints. All appears to be well. Though my memories straddle the lives I have lived, there are no contradicting fragments which would cause me confusion. Yet by the same token, 'tis a strange feeling to be possessed of my young body again. Even accounting for the crystallization, I do not recall ever being so light and spry. As for my soul, Y'shtola assures me it is similar to yours, Dimma. That is to say, it is somewhat denser than others, but otherwise normal. On the face of it, it appears to make sense, but I couldn't help but consider the differences between your circumstance and mine. You, of course, merged with Ardbert. And as similar as your souls may have been, the fact that you were two different people, thus did your soul gain in density. How you were able to merge is another matter. Given what we know of the soul, that you possess distinct memories should have rendered the process more complicated. Though I but theorize, perhaps your strong and shared desire to do so made it possible. In contrast, I simply merged with myself. Whatever additional experiences the older me may have had, my fundamental existence remained unchanged. Mind you, that's not to say that I hadn't improved. Far from it. At any rate, our souls combined, it shouldn't have been a process of augmentation, but rather, shall we say, attunement. It seems somewhat strange that my soul has become denser. Or could this be the result of having undergone another rejoining? If so, it would serve as proof of a future that many fought and died to prevent. Lest we forget, my friend. Lest we forget. Oh, he's so good. Alright, let's continue. We have a new quest to embark on, and a new patch to get through. Oh, greetings, Dimma. Come to look in on our friends. Rest assured, everyone is quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them and have satisfied myself that they are all in fine health. As a matter of fact, they've just about to convene in Dawn's Respite to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we? Hey, Tanos, how you doing?
Well, my friends, now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I have a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
I'm doing okay. A little under the weather, but I'm feeling better than I was this afternoon. My brain's still a bit fuzzy, though.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows. In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission.
Thank you. I'm sure I will. I'm just gonna take it easy until I start feeling better. I'm feeling pretty close to normal-ish at this point, so I think I'll be okay. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, though.
Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
I love their dynamic.
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Welcome back, everyone!
Lise!
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over?
That's right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
The famous Lise Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
Oh my word, he's such a nerd. I love him.
I don't believe we've met.
Really? It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
Grahatir, at your service. I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
Oh, right. I did glance at the report. But I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it.
He's so cute.
Well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
I'll take that as a yes. Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength. Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, We have seen the havoc
good night,
it may wreak.
Tanos. It's good
And
to
it
see
falls
ya.
to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
But tell us, Lys, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough? All right, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire. So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne. The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble. The Alliance will soon convene in Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald. And we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
Oh, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the Tempered.
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you use to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alizé, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
I'll do my best. I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
What meeting? Lead on.
I knew you'd say yes.
I'll come too. If you don't mind, that is.
Please come with us, Gra. We love you. You're wonderful. Come on an adventure.
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad of your company. Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
No. That's not... I mean, I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
I love him.
We shall be on our way then. Godspeed.
Yay, I get to avoid the meeting. All right. When I set out to save Halric, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind. And having proved that the light corrupted are not lost, I am convinced that the same must be true of the tempered. Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the aether of Gabu's soul has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different, perhaps the solution is the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, Alizé, and it warrants full investigation. If there's even a chance we can save Gabu, we have to try. But however much I'd like to race over to Limsa and set to work, there's no room for recklessness, not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Bedlug would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. And so before attempting anything, we should learn all we possibly can about tempering. There's just one problem. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of the many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to the wealth of knowledge. Not of the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Alligans took a more than passing interest in the subject. And if what we seek is to be found anywhere, it would surely be at the Etherochemical Research Facility, where they experimented on primals and their worshippers, yes? Good thinking. I've never actually been there myself, but I did read the reports on Az's Law, which means we'll be needing an airship. An airship, you say? Meet me at the northern bank of Silver Tear Lake. I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to travel. Off we go. Oh, okay, yeah, we don't need to fly. Actually, I want to look around here really quick. I don't think we really get to the ability to come back here very often. This is neat. Oh, wait, can I climb this? Oh. Disappointment. Ah, you can't sleep in the beds. Which probably means... Yep. Well, this is a cool place. Oh, look, they've even got boiling water. These are cool. I would like these for housing. Alright. Okay, I guess we can go back in there. That's nice. And now we go to Mordona. Bird. Alright. We're getting into the content I've done more recently, but there's still pieces of this that I don't remember. Look at Tataru. Ooh. It's a fancy ship. I like the thing on the prow. Give you the Bonanza, the Scion's very own airship. I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones and named her for luck and prosperity. Tataru, this is amazing. We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want. Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship. See, the annals did not exaggerate the many talents of the Scion's fabled coin keeper. I'd also introduced myself as your pilot, except the training didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. But that's alright, because we've hired this capable fellow here instead. Ironworks. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around Az's Law. But enough talk, it's time to fly. All aboard! I also finished getting all of the Aether Currents for every zone that I have unlocked currently, so I can fly anywhere now. Oh, look at that. Already done with the first quest. Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Tataru has outdone herself. Anyway, here we are, on Az's Law, and Alphino's report did not do the scale of this place justice. This appears to be Helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and... yes, I believe I have my bearings. Though this is my first time on Absy's Law, I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records in the Crystal Tower. Unless I am mistaken, this path leads to an aetheroid, beyond which there will be an information terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. How did you guess that there was an aether crystal so close to Graha? I do have this, right? Okay, yeah, I do. I don't know why I just randomly got paranoid that I don't have it. Oh, there's Pysa. There he is. And here's the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for references to tempering. Ah, there we are. Iconic corruption and overview. That sounds promising. Indeed. Let us see what this report has to say. Confounded. The contents appear to have been deleted. What? No, isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid. But it may be that another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is, where to look? It says here the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely that he kept a copy? I'd say there's a distinct possibility. Assuming he was a researcher here, he would have had quarters on the Hemisphere. We can ascertain the details that the Hemisphere control. Let us return to the Bonanza and avail ourselves of the mana cutters. We will need them to reach our destination. I forgot, you already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship then. We'll see you at the Hemisphere. I wonder if that's like short for habitat. Make sure there's not a teleport I can just use. There is definitely not a teleport I can just use. Oh, guess we're flying on the cat today. Cat on the cat. What will he do? I'm gonna take a slight detour. There you go. So no, there's a certain amount of quests between me. I think there's 19 quests in total until I reach Endwalker. But I don't know how long each of those quests is going to take me, because I've forgotten significant portions of like minor details, I think, just because that's how my brain works. But I think I want to get to a specific thing, hopefully by tomorrow, because there's stuff. So we'll see how far I can get. Oops. If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this node will be able to tell us its number. I forgot to swap back to my gear. Guess he's wearing this. There. From what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of... Warning, an evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Hemisphere is not permitted at this time. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the Fourth Umbral Calamity. I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. Energy level critical. Returning to base for recharging. Well, surely there must be some way to gain access. Force, for example? Ere we resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall that they are known to form at points of stagnant aether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? You honestly telling me that that was in the records too? I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning-aspected aether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. A minor detail, I grant you. But in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much Allegan knowledge. Besides, my studies helped me to feel connected to the source. To home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you, it is more exhilarating than I can well express. Now then, the lightning shard. If I may, I suggest we split up and search the Beta Quadrant. Oh, but beware of sprites. They are wont to manifest where the aether is stagnant. Now you're just showing off. Which makes me think we should make a contest of this. The first to return here with the shard wins. What do you say? Very well. It would be my honor to come third. Oh, Graha. Go. They're so goofy. I love both of them. Alright. Let's see, where am I going? Over here. Ooh, nightmare. Very fitting for this location. Look at that. That's a good look. Okay, I think this is where I want to go. Yep. Oh, I have a bunny minion out. I forgot about that. Things are catching up with me in level now. Can't do things as easy as I used to. Go away. Not that I don't love you, bunny, but need some speed. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. What? I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. Who are you? Show yourself at once. What an undramatic entrance. You've changed. Very funny, Lionel's kid. Show yourself at once! Who are you? Oh, Graha. What a goofer. Forgive me, my friend. The scene so reminded me of our first meeting I couldn't resist. Well, the contest continues, so you had better hurry back. Ah, but one last thing. Thank you, Dimma, for bringing me here. So sweet. It's so sweet. I love it. Wait a minute, there's the exit. There's the exit. I don't know why you'll always feel so slow. I think it's because of how they flap their wings. Like, I know it's not slower or anything, it just feels so slow to me sometimes. It appears Alizé had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? A mini-map. That is a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we could both learn a great deal from Dima, and not only about the secrets of adventuring. But come, we should attend to our mission. Graha! What you getting at there, bud? Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Hemisphere. Only one obstacle remains: the security system within. Should they be triggered, they could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I am right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes, but if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you'll get out at the first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Oh, little Graha, he's so good. He's my favorite. No surprise there. Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. And now we wait. Let's see. Oh, look at us just chilling. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption and overview sounds like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of Aether. Nothing if not practical. Alphino's was more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. Controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Charlene's knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphino was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean, the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little bit more open-minded. But deep down, he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. I should have liked to meet the young Alphino. For what it's worth, my thesis concerned the Allagan civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back! I didn't know you attended the studium? I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Students of Baldessian convinced me to write one with the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good gods, an Archon's thesis. I shudder to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out? Initializing. Scanning for registered user. User not found. To proceed as a guest, please complete biometric authentication. Verifying. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am at your most humble service, Your Highness. It never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis but a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga and Une said as much when they granted me this gift. But until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Search archive for iconic corruption. Searching. One item found. Iconic corruption. An overview. The report is locked by the author. Please state password. Well, go on then, Your Highness. Tell the nice no to the password. Right. Let's see. Glory be to Alag. What? Oh, Graha. Long live Emperor Zandy. Password incorrect. Please try again. Confound it. Come now, passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance... Password! Yes! The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. What did that thing just call me? Wild Rose. Courage. Courage! Password incorrect. Again, be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Machina into cooperating, it is them. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stones. Okay. Excellent. I like choosing the silver pieces because, you can turn them in for the Dome and Enclave. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid since waking up. Rambros did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext. However much I might look forward to seeing him again, him and everyone. But come, let us be on our way. Excellent. Look at him, all but running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Oh, the rock music. Back to the Rising Stones we go. We've gotten through a good chunk already, I feel like. That could mean I know there's a lot more to go, but I feel like we're being very efficient. Alright. Where is he? There he is. And let's see, can we still get back? We can still get back there. Wonderful news, Dima. Tataru contacted Sid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, I should like very much to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Kryl? As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to recent events in Garlemald. According to intelligence from our Doman allies, the War of Succession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears to have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus. Aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyu and Asahi? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urianger will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict, and so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent, this is not a problem easily solved. The Lominsons in particular struggle in their efforts, and Alphino and Yushtola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the Tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. And on that cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's respite? I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. Okay. So wait for Sid. They both just look over at me like, how you doing? What's up? Sid! Oh, everyone's so excited to see Graha again. Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been, had you not fulfilled your promise. I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Oh, look at that happy face! All he wanted was to go on adventures with us, and now he finally gets to. Well, well. Treatment for the tempering. And for the next step, you need to find the password to this Allagan's report. Just so. With nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambrose. Contains an Allagan dictionary. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. Progress. Yes. We're gonna hack a robot. Ah, it looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Ha! Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, milady. Node, open the report entitled Iconic Corruption, an overview. Password, freedom. Password accepted. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the ether of the soul. Said ether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than the other. But when a subject is exposed to the ether of an icon, this changes, their soul taking on the properties of the entity in question. By way of an example, exposure to the aether of the fiend, Sephiroth, would cause the subject's aether to become aligned with the element of earth. As consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth-aspected magics, as well as the preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged, or stagnant, during the process. The stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effect, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision. For my impertinence, I have been stripped of my rank and title, and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nevertheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. So not even the Alligans were able to find a cure. Or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, Yet were we simply to reanimate a tempered soul, I fear it would do naught but to diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. Could only make them remember who they were. So there's no point in reviving their souls unless we can also restore their sense of self. If only we could make them remember who they were. But of course, memory transference! The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith which had come to dominate the individual's thoughts. You see, the theory would seem sound, and our experience treating the light corrupted would help us to identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? You seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did. You are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. Then perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password. But it'll take more calculating power, a lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait. A password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective. I believe their motto was freedom through technology or some such. You two, round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, eh? Do appreciate that this has just been story so far. It's nice. Right. While Grahatia and I can configure the terminals, I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Namely, ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers to go on a gathering spree. In that case, I'll trust Dima and Alizé with the ceruleum. Here's a promissory note for each of you. Take them to the Skysteel Manufactory in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanalan. The people there will give you what we need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalan. Excellent. Ishgard! Oh, it's... like, I love the gameplay in this game. But right now, since I'm sick, it's kind of nice to just, like, sit back and read and watch the story unfold. It's like... It's like reading a book. Just kind of a chance to decompress and relax and experience a beautiful story. And I love that. I love that this game has both its intensity and its quiet moments and its time where it just gives you a beautiful story to experience, and the other times where you fight your way through hell to get to the next part. It's great. Stand in the Skysteel Manufactory. What does it require? Promissory note. Gimme fuel, please. So you are after ceruleum. In that case, please present your note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Okay. Oh! That's not where it is. The cat running around. Oh my gosh, the little otter! Look at these people. This is great. Alright, right over here, it looks like. Ceruleum, you've come to the right man. Fair warning though, the price has shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. Well, now a promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem. It's good as gold to me. There he is! There he is! The man! I got your hair.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places.
Oh, I freaking love his voice actor. He does such a good job.
As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
Ah, the peacemaker, Aymeric the Blue.
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day?
Oh, ceruleum.
A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it.
Yay! Oh, I love him. He's so good. Thank you. Thank you, Aymeric. We love you. You're wonderful.
In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
Excellent. Thank you. You're a wonderful man. Look at this. They did just straight up give us an airship. Thank you, my hairstyle friend, my brother in style. I love him. Aymeric's so great. I appreciate that the connections we've built throughout this story are starting to pay off now, too. Like, it's good. I don't feel like I'm just this green adventurer anymore. I'm beginning to feel like, yes, I did make these connections with all these very powerful figures. And now I can make mountains move so that I can achieve good in the world. I don't make mountains move. Let's be honest. Dim just walks in there and says, yeah, we trying to make a cure for tempering. And people go, oh, let me throw funds at it. And then Dim sits back and lets the smart people do the actual work. He don't know enough. He does his best.
Oh, who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much? Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Gotta learn
Good
to
work,
take
you two.
help.
This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it.
Sid, your voice got deeper.
Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
Oh, Sid. There's always
We have
a
also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
There he is.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
I love him.
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death, and it wouldn't be worth the trouble.
They have the best dynamic.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Oh my word.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Oh.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin. All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Now we just get to chill. Man, I can't believe how fast I'm getting through this time. The first time I ran through this, I ran through it with another person. And it took us a lot longer to do with multiple people because, you know, you have to wait for each other, make sure schedules line up. It's also just a completely different experience doing it solo. It's so much more immersive.
Damn it. It's overloading.
She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close! Oh!
Oh, we can redo it.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There!
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
Oh, Wedge.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Oh, Graham.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
They can rebuild the terminals.
Thank you.
Graham, I'm so proud of you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
Alright, let's do it. We can do this. Oh. Forget us not. At long last we have our cure. In theory, at any rate. We cannot be certain until such time as we put it to proof, but I am quietly confident. Well, if we're to test it on someone, then I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. He'll be fine, I'm sure of it. Yes, as long as we exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado, then, let's make for Limsa. We've kept Gabu waiting long enough. Oh, we're about to do this. We're about to do it. We're about to go get a cure for tempering. Wait a minute. I'm gonna need to buy more of those. Oh my gosh, it did. I'm right here. Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our host bring Gabu to us at once.
Apologies for the wait. Gabu, have you been good?
Oh.
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him. It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Odyssey has really long eyelashes. They all have eyelashes.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves
Oh, I
to
forgot
having
about that.
wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment? Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul. Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
Angelo! So cute!
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Excellent. With your permission, then, let us begin.
Imbue Graha, make him powerful.
Yes, this will do. And now, it's my turn. Oh.
The spell looks like elegant technology.
Tis done.
No small amount indeed.
Jeez.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allegans did not. It was never like to be easy. The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one.
Sit down, Graha.
I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
I know you will. I believe in both of you. And Angelo. I'm proud of you. Proud of them.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Oh, that was good. Well, this seems to be as good a spot as any to have a rest.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light-corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Well, if it's any consolation, she's in awe of your work. Don't tell me, tell her.
I should, I know. Yet, despite my good intent, I have the feeling that I would only succeed in incurring her ire.
Probably. Oh. Alisaie.
Alisaie, are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Oh.
Gaboo!
It worked.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always.
Aww.
So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alisaie's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alisaie. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alisaie was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms. Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gaboo, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then, the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
Oh, there's a reflection in Y'shtola's staff.
I have to go now, Gaboo. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
The amount of detail in this game is
All right.
amazing.
Thank you, Alisaie. Thank you.
Oh, sweet little Gaboo. Alright, guess we get to go visit Master Matoya. Okay, let me close my office door first. There we go. That ought to help keep some of the noise out. And let's continue. As she will be at pains... What? As she will be at pains to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning to the First. Oh, but this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. Yes. To Dravania. Idylshire. I don't know why there isn't a crystal in that place. Like, it's a little strange to me that you have to go to Idylshire and then out and into a new phase zone, and that's how we can get there. I feel like it would be more efficient to have at least one other crystal down there, you know, in the actual hinterlands. I finished Alexander and Omega recently, so next will be Eden. I intend to unlock those raids soon. Not positive exactly when, but soon. So that's what Alexander looks like to me now, which is very cool. Very cool. I love that Matoya lives in a cave. She's just like, yeah, I don't want to be around anyone. I'm just gonna go live in a cave. There we go. I remember when I was just a little babe sprout and had to fight those things to get here. I take it you are ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil. Very well. We don't even have to walk in, it's just taking us to the cutscene? Heck yeah! Efficiency!
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
Oh no. Oh no. Alphino?
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
She got her pegged.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatir is my name, and I am proud to call myself a scion.
Oh, he's so formal. Look at him.
I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Oh, he's so polite. I love him.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day.
I love her.
So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxies with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were.
A mother porxie.
Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
I gotta make a mother porxie. Alright, Matoya. Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there. That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what's become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars and mayhap a monster or two, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. You can consider cleaning up the place payment for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there are no objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's quarter. I'll send one of my porogos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. Excellent. Alright. Gonna let us in. We're gonna do some fighting. Okay. Oh, here we go. Cat. Whoa, hello, camera. Whoa. Okay, we're stuck in a wall. We're not gonna do that. I just love the way... Can you fly, please? Dim looks while riding on this thing. It's really funny. It's just so done. It's just done with everything. And over we go. Look, there's a nice little platform here where we can survey things. Okay. Maker's Quarter. Alright, so it's around here. Is it gonna be that building? It's probably that building. Or maybe not. It is. Rogo, the unwashed. Greetings, Ribbit, and welcome to my good mistress's relict. Puro Rogo is my name, and I am honored to be your guide. Then you will find a space dedicated to the makings of familiars, along with a cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, that place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and will, I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it you do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit, only say the word and I will show you in. Matoya's relic is now accessible. Excellent. Dungeon time! Now I'm hoping this will have a bit more speed in us queuing. Okay, give me one moment. I am going to make sure that I have settings properly configured. Because I don't want to have... There we go. Don't want to have party chat just pinging over and over again, you know? Alright. Now we're waiting. So what do we do in the meantime? I suppose we could talk to folks like we've been doing. Small talk. Though it has been a while since I last joined the fray, I have followed Alizé's example and practiced whenever possible. My healing magics are ready as always. I'm no stranger to porksy making, as you know, and that must count for something. I was still a child when last I came here, but now I'm rather more capable. Not that Master Matoya seems to have noticed. Mayhaps she will when I have cleaned up the mess she left. Graha. So, Dima, shall I lead the van, or would you rather I followed up the rear? Whatever you prefer, I'm happy to adapt. So come, let us go make our mother porksy. Oh, Graha, you are the most precious little bean, and I love you. Oh, you need some hugs. We give hugs to the little bit. Oh my gosh, he's so tiny. Am I on an incline or something? Okay, I am on a slight incline. I am so what? Damn, you're a giant. He's like an entire head taller than Graha. You're short. You're short, small kitty. Small little kitty. It wants your soul. You will have it. If it weren't for the fact that he was looking over his shoulder, Dim would be like hand over the mouth right now. He's so cute. I love him. Okay. Hide log window. 2 out of 2 DPS. It'd be fun if you could communicate with people in the queue chat, but like if they had a queue chat and you could communicate with people in it, but I feel like that would be a bit chaotic too. So what do we do in the meantime? That's the question. Oh, let me see, I should check this. Midas, Crystal and Conflict. There we go. Oh, it switches it. Okay. Took me enough tries. I don't know what to do here. Okay, what does this dude do? Painfully Ishgardian man appears to be searching for a suitably decorous way to address you. Pardon the suddenness of my address, my lord, but would you perchance be familiar with one Chloe Eliapo? Dutifully, good sir, may I have forgotten to turn in my copy of Wondrous Tales again. Seems the word I bear will indeed be of interest to you then. You see, Miss Eliapo has a new pet fox, and she has made known that her most fiel of acquaintances, which include me, naturally, are invited to regale him with tales of fantastical rewards. Surely Miss Eliapo believes her furred friend to share in her appreciation for tales of gallantry, and I dare say my heritage makes me something of an expert. Alas, the resemblance is simply too uncanny. I cannot go near the creature without feeling as if I'm being judged. My honor will not allow me to simply ignore the invitation, however, so I thought you might wait upon the fox in my stead. The children have taken to calling him Commander, for reasons most obvious. You will certainly know him when you see him. What? I am so curious right now. Come. Oh my word, it's that little fox. I freaking love it. A small fox with an oddly haughty visage stands perched atop a counter. You squint, attempting to see the resemblance of the man made reference to. If you continue to stare at me so, I'm going to institute a fee. Oh! Odd, it talks! This is definitely the oddest thing that I have encountered somehow. Amric, what have they done to you? You're an auspice. Amric, what have they done to you? Hilarious. An entirely original joke that I have not heard 8 times already this afternoon, certainly. But let us speak for yourself. You appear to match the exhaustingly enthusiastic descriptions Chloe has given me of the adventurer who tells her just the most wonderful stories. Are you indeed that adventurer? Then you are precisely the sort of person I set out to find. Sort with riveting tales to tell. I am sorely in need of tales. Tales that inspire the mind. Tales that tear at the heart. Tales that grip the soul. For my tea parties, you understand. What? Oh, it's Chloe's bestest friend, Dimma. You making friends with the commander, too? The commander says he spends days and days and days talking to his other animal friends. But after so many days, all of them have run out of new stories to tell, and he's searching far and wide for new ones. Stories, that is. He still likes his friends. So really, he's just like Chloe, isn't that right, Commander? As I've said, my name is Sotan. Swear, between you children and Rowena with her little joke, I'll never be rid of this blasted nickname, Foe Commander. In any case, if I understand correctly, you have faced and bested all manner of fiends, including many gods of this land. Surely you have some tales worth my time, or ideas from which to spin them at least. If you can weave me a tale most fantastical, I will grant you access to Foe Hollows, a whimsical adventure unto itself. Or, strictly speaking, a game of chance that I designed. Regardless, make use of your cunning and luck, and I will conjure you Foe Leaves as token of my esteem. As you have doubtless guessed, a sufficiency of leaves can be traded for other, less ephemeral incentives. I believe it's the long and short of it, as the youths say, but don't get ahead of yourself. As I said, no ordinary story will do. I require tales to excite even those who are sung of in tales, so I expect you'll need to exercise your imagination to a certain degree. My guests care not about the authenticity of their entertainment, so dispense with the truth as you will. Just make sure to tell your stories whilst they're fresh in your mind. Embellishment is one thing, but continuity errors are quite another. Unlocked. Unreal Trial. You now have access to Unreal Trials. These challenging encounters can be accessed via the Raid Finder. Unreal trials are duties that challenge you to confront past foes, now more powerful than before, at the current level cap. Available Unreal trials will change with the release of each major patch. Once per week you may speak to the foe commander after completing an Unreal trial for the chance to play Foe Hollows. The availability of Foe Hollows can be confirmed at any time via the Raid Finder by viewing the details of any Unreal trial. The completion status of Unreal trials and availability of Foe Hollows will reset every Tuesday at 1 AM Earth time. For further details, please speak to the Foe Commander once more. May your imagination carry you beyond mortal deeds. Please don't look at me directly in the eyes. Dimma, once again, you are openly staring. Nothing. Time wasters. But you know what? I'm gonna small talk you then. You have questions? I don't doubt it. You look like Sir Amaric if you were sat on by a chocobo. Why? His face is indeed a work of enchantment designed to make me more endearing to children of man. But I assure you that any resemblance to real or fictional personages, sat upon or otherwise, is entirely coincidental. What, is it so surprising that I endeavored to make myself approachable? Did you expect me to sit at my shrine all day, still as a statue bored out of my skull? You lot can be interesting conversationalists, though ever needlessly dramatic about talking animals. In all my years, however, I have encountered few with such fascinating stories as Chloe and her friends. Yes, you included. If your baffling insistence on comparing my visage to that of some Ellison boy is the price I must pay for good fiction, then I suppose I shall suffer it. Though not gladly. What is this Faux Hollows business anyway? It was, in fact, Rowena's idea to create a new diversion that would encourage a wider variety of adventurers to pay a visit to Idleshire. She quickly realized, however, that without a special currency or indeed some form of unique challenge, such thing would attract naught but the usual crowd, those up to their eyeballs and tombstones, as she put it. So it was that I stepped in to offer my ingenuity and arcane talents. My condition? That the central challenge be the telling of worthy stories. This she readily agreed to, as it is not too dissimilar to what Chloe had already pioneered. Chloe herself has been most helpful in this endeavor. She has evidently been at work designing prizes ever since Rowena first spoke of the word game, and is an excellent storyteller in her own right. She also has an extensive collection of resources, or friends if you prefer. So here we are, Faux Hollows, operating under the auspices of Rowena's House of Splendors, much like everything else in Idleshire, if I understand correctly. Alright, let's take a look. You wish to peruse the rewards I offer. Very well, men cannot live on dreams alone. This is one of their many failings. Tamao headband. Oh! This is a headband! Put your clothes on, boy. That's cute. Wait a minute, can I dye it? Oh my gosh, look at him. What if I put it on jet black? It goes perfectly with his hair. Now he has 2 sets of ears. He's adorable. Alright, let's see. Weapons, accessories. Oh, Spriggan earrings. I don't know why that turned on. Oh. Right, so we can look at it. That's adorable. Paisa ring. Oh my word, it's just strapped to your finger. Kate Sith neck ribbon. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Oh! Lanner whistle troll horn. Ixion. A squirrel! Oh no. Is this where you get the flying squirrel? Sand fox. Oh, the panda. Spotted attire. Spotted fedora and Spencer. Spotted. Oh! cashmere attire. And then the magic prisms. Cool! So minions and mounts and a few fun accessories. Oh, I'm not liking the wait time on this. I'm kind of tempted to swap. Ugh, he'll look so goofy. But I want to get through this, and I've already been waiting here 15 minutes. May as well. Alright. I'll go in as White Mage. When you have the ability to use healer privilege, sometimes it's best to just use it. I don't really like running things not as Reaper, because Reaper feels far more like the canon class Stim should be on. But sometimes you gotta make a little bit of sacrifice just to get through content. I mean, I suppose I could walk in with the party of NPC adventurers, but I don't want to. I want to do it with people. Okay, I suppose while we wait, let's go to Norvrant and see about doing some fates. Tried grinding fates yet, but I know I need them for those bicolored gems, and I want those. This is really calm, relaxing music, and I like it. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea. There we go. Well, that worked. Now we're in. Such a fun vibe. I feel like this is one Jack would like.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients.
Oh, I love this cutscene.
Listen well to what the Pirogos say, or you'll wish you had.
Okay. I will listen well. Oh, this is great. who's my tank? Pretty straightforward. It can be had at the call. Okay, I apologize, I probably won't be able to read all the stuff because I'm going to be healing. I far prefer weaving my holies because, yes, holy does stun, but it only lasts for a certain amount of time. So you still need to be able to take care of people, make sure that they're healing and they've got their regens on properly. And then also, if you weave it with this one, you get some nice damage in, which is also very helpful. Since Holy, I believe it can only stun for 3 rounds, so it's best to get it in 3 times and then move on to just straight healing and damaging. Just from in my experience. I can't say I'm an experienced healer by any means, or necessarily a good one. That was rude. We'll deal with that man. I don't like that. At least Dim's white mage outfit is cool now. I don't plan on doing this with any of the creature dungeons. It's just because I have a goal for a place I want to get to tonight so that I can play with friends tomorrow. I know in order to reach that before that I need to get their stuff. Oh, this is supposed to be right here. There we go. going too bad, actually. I like that red mage. I appreciate their assisting. I forgot about angling the... This is cool. The clear note cauldron. So many books. That's insane. Did you see how many books there were? Wandering well. Where's the red mage? Forgot to hit my sprint before he pulled. Oopsies. Everyone's got one. Actually feeling pretty good so far about this run. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I am not a perfect healer by any means, but I do try my best. Keep regen on my tanks as much as possible. It's my goal to always have a regen on at all times, but you know, sometimes that doesn't happen and we gotta just... Oh, I vaguely remember this boss. Seen some mischievous presence. Nixie. Okay, I think there was something with like climbing up. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, so we need to watch those. Oh, what? Been in the clouds for sure. Oh, whoa. That was insane! No, we didn't get hit. What of it? Oh, jeez. This is really sweet, this back here. The necklace of Fendi. Yeah, I'll give him that. Oh, look at that. This is so cool. There's so many books. Flames, Fantasia. Oh, Earth, Water, Fire. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Cat just opened my office door again. This is cool. I like this song. Where do they want me? great spot for pictures. I hope you could do Explorer mode in that zone. Oh, here we go, cutscene. You get to see Dim looking goofy with the stick.
Right then. Let's get this over with. Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
How cranky. Porcine porcelain. Mother Porksy. Oh, so angry. I do love the Makote Mail run animation. It's so nice. say they were all really good. I don't know, that red mage was really helpful. Tank was great, so is the Reaper, just like all around. There we go. Cute.
There we are. Quite tame.
Quite.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more.
Led a nation, who saved a world. You can do this. Guess we could see them running around. Such a cool spot.
That should suffice.
Good job.
Good. Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some porkses. Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy. A mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Matoya, I dare say. Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos. And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the mother Porksy with additional ether.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone, we're a step closer to our goal.
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand.
She's so cranky.
Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
In addition to the Porkses, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
Savage.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
I think that went splendidly. May as well turn this one in. Oh wait, oh no, I'm not on stage. Lest you wonder, Master Montoya has returned to her cave with Y'shtola. Mm-hmm. They're peas in a pod, are they not? Now enter with a party of NPC adventurers. Well then, my friends, let us return to Limsilo Minson and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer in the Bulwark Hall should be sufficient to secure us an audience. Let's see. Oof. Still about half. I'm only halfway through where I want to be to get there to do stuff with my friends tomorrow. So I wager if I can get back on tomorrow afternoon and continue, I think that should be good. I should be able to do that. Depending on how I feel, of course. Hey! How are you doing? Even as we speak, we are weaving a new future, and all becomes history. I hope that those who follow may look back with gladness. Cute. Why, Lieutenant Louis, ever a welcome sight. Yes, it is I, Lieutenant. Tidings for the Admiral, you say. She is presently receiving guests, but for the Scions, I know she will make an exception. Follow me. Need to hide that box, my apologies. My friends, what brings you here this day? Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you Scions, I would not have thought it possible. Yet it is, Admiral. We've done it, here in Limsa, and production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace, yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman. Bah, even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but a symptom of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. It was I who moved the Alliance that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we Lominsons have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the Kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them now to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye. Acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. I am given to understand that their lead-in, Captain Hilfir, has been bedridden for some time with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads, a man named Zicard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value. Leave it to us. I'm a rogue. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Zicard wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn, then. Good luck. I like this music. Alright, let's see. Oh, I'm so tall compared to everyone. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Zicard. If you could approach the pirates, Dimma, then the rest of us will seek out merchant and adventurers. Probably a good idea to have the rogue go meet the pirates. What's this? Has there always been a banner here? Have I just not been paying attention this entire time? What the heck? I don't remember this. I do not remember that coin purse banner at all. Oh my gosh. I am, very unobservant. More so than I thought. Alright, let's go talk to some pirates. Carveling. Hey, friend. Curious about Zicard, are you? As am I, my friend. As am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the seas since the Empire turned upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East. The executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So, how then are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals. Mayhap you will have more luck. Maybe. What is he doing? Okay. See ya, friend. Okay, now I just need to talk to one more person, it looks like. And while I do that, I should pick up a few more. Of these Aetherite tickets. Hello, cat. There we go. And he runs. Pop, 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 pop. They kind of run like big cats, wild cats. And I like that. I also appreciate how bouncy it is and how their tail goes floop, floop, floop. What is... Why are you sitting like this? Do you see any bleeding chairs? They're all complaining about sitting like that, but they're still sitting like that. Ashman. Eh, you want to know about Sicard? He's a wily bugger is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for Monskate's place at Old Hilfier's side. It was the time we raced the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet. But the Garleans are gone, and them days go with them. Owing to which, we've all but had to look for other ways to make ends meet. With that jumped-up bilge-rat Sicard landed the juiciest whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of produce for our troubles, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass on to our sisters, as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. No, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong, but when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all bad. I like that. That's good. It's very good. Wholesome. Wholesome, wholesome. Alright. Oh, that Lullafell's feet blended into the ground. See, can I Icarus to you? I cannot. I see everyone has returned. Now who would like to go in first? So just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sicard turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. Sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever worsening relations between the beast tribes and the thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Sahagin lack the means with which to summon them. You mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes. Though we've had no hard evidence as yet, we must investigate further. Agreed. So how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I have already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. Excellent. Headlock window. Oh no! Okay, what does he say? During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction, and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. That's not a... I don't think I read that right. The man is due to be at Aushon's Embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. There we go. Now we can hide this. Warby Dry Docks. Those are gonna be busy. Is this where you go to do your island stuff? So it's always very busy. Oh, we on the Paisa. my gosh, it's ridiculous. I needed a screenshot of that, I'm sorry. It's so freaking goofy. See how this goes. Don't think this will go well. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he truly is in league with the bloody executioners, he will surely be worried of those allied to the Admiral. The Scions, not least of all. Compared to yours and Dimma, my face is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Graha is right. Even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Genteel? But very well, I leave it to you, Graha. Okay, you can do it, buddy. You can do it, Graha. Got business with me, Catboy? Are you the crystal wholesaler? That I am, but you're no merchant. So what do you want the crystals for? For your personal don't look at us, you idiot! You'll give yourself away! Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staffs like that fine specimen you got there. That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. Takes time to establish trust, you understand? Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright, it's plain that that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. Oh, that wink! It seems to be working. Let's follow them. Was it actually working? The thing is just sus. Oh, that's a turn-in, alright. How did I get the Paisa twice in a row? Oh, fate joined. I melt with you. Little tail. I find it hilarious that the thing flaps its arms to fly through the air. They went into that tunnel, quietly now. Ooh. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed. Would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's your worry. They're from Ogomoro, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So how much do you want? Ogamoro, taken from the kobolds just as we suspected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around, slowly. They got Graha too. I'm Sicard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves, we know who you are. Scions. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? You're bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so I will return the favor. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Lominsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet's because we don't need no one taking our business. Wait, just listen to the end, will ya? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Him, especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about dirtying their fancy red clubber, you lot stormed Ugamaro and battered Bleedin' Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now, we're following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors, we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after them. But with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on except the beastmen. So we have that, eh? It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face. Unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lominsa has some other cause to hide in a cave. Well said. Well said indeed. Alright, I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide a venue. The Astalicia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Oof. He was a dick. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Lominsa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation has the desired effect, and Sicard has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Lominsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Excellent. Let's see. We are currently 3 quests from the end of this patch. We may actually get through an entire patch tonight, depending on how long these next couple will take us. I don't want to stay up too late tonight. I do need to get some sleep since I'm under the weather. Lieutenant Louis, your companions have already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Yes. Welcome back, my friends. What news? So they have been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing the meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sicard's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness.
Who's come crawling? Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the Beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right!
Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place.
Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfir!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed.
Oh, he's a badass.
Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want.
Oh, that's great. You idiot
We're
sandwich.
pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom!
Yeah.
So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You've the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral.
We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
It was heavy. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene. But full glad am I he did. It would have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Okay, let me get some more water and we can continue. Alright, I will be right back. And I am back. Oh. Now it's time we continue this. I think, depending on how things go, we may actually be able to finish this patch before I go to bed tonight. Great ship Vilbrand. Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years passed, when the Sahagin swarmed our holes in even greater numbers. Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men shall go the bounty of the seas, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land, an ostensibly equitable agreement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern regions of Lenosha, which the kobold believed theirs. Bloodshed followed. Then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every elm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw, and with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. I yawn. My mistake, sorry. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. So we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait. They would welcome us into their midst, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. An artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life. Aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. Will therefore take a great deal of aether to reverse its effect, not to mention time. Time during which Alice would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tisleen would do. And had I not followed her example, we wouldn't have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So I'm going to cure that priest, or die trying. I believe in you, Alice, eh? There must be another way. You don't need one. I trust you. All of you. And I know you'll keep me safe. It's settled then. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. Excellent. There's so many random cat scratches and stuff just from my cat. And her little claws. No scratchy claws. She needs a nail trim, but she tries to get at me whenever I try to give her one, so I don't really end up trimming her nails that often. Alphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed. And should you want for Aether, you need only say the word. Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important I want to say to the High Priest. Express state, I say. Please let me come with you. Please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we've secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so in glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to Ugamaro Mines at once. I'm probably pronouncing all these names wrong. That is my specialty, after all. Mispronouncing names. Okay. Into the mines. This is my favorite place. Oh, these mines are always so confusing to navigate. See, to the right? At least I'm... what? 40 levels above them? 50? They're not gonna bug me. There we go. This Aetherite will bear us to our quarry. Should he make to summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alizé's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them, and then let Anzar do the rest. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. Here we go. Still there.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Laminsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alizé!
quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Oh, it gives me chills every time Grohl is like, yes, it's badass mode time. The girl seeks to harm the Patriarch with vile magics. Kill her, slaughter, slay, kill.
We must protect Alizé!
You're in my sights. You're in my sights.
Beautiful. Go, Angelo. Saucy.
Oh, just what we need. You're not alone.
You're in my sights.
Here you are, Alizé.
Thanks, you two. I'll give it another try.
More! I need more ether! Just a little more!
Dima, please lend me your ether too. Doesn't have a lot of health left. Channeling ether in. That's terrifying. I wonder if I'm gonna be the cutscene in this form. Nope.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Angela!
Did it work?
What?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
Why would I do such a thing?
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gabu! What are you doing here?
Pete Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already. So please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt, and any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Laminsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world, if you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole. I fought. I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gaboo does. And I will trust him.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
realize how big kobolds are until you see that. We did it. 'Twould seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next we will help the Second Order free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest. But reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long been true, so instead I will say thank you for helping us to plot a new course not only for Limsa Lominsa, but all Eorzea.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world is that? A tower.
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Gosh, the quality of cutscene seems to have just like jumped exponentially in between the last two quests. It was gorgeous. Is it out there? Well, of course it's fog, so we can't see it. Alright, let's go. Futures rewritten. Please. Please, there's shenanigans.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Roca preserved!
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
You're here, good.
Holy.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why, even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
What do you want? The towers, what are they for? What do you want?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days, to which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers and this very star our stage. But I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
There we go. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Raban, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Merlwood tells me, you're due some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well, but if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care, both of you. Here we go. Oh, look at that! We did it! We got through patch 5.4 in one night. I'm impressed with us. I wonder how far we can get tomorrow. Because it's only 5.5 and then 5.55, which is technically 5.5 part 2. And then it's Endwalker. So we're almost there. Ah, you're back too. Good. We've received reports from the Alliance. Since we're all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account? No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable, but for the endless variety of our foes. Sven Daniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature did resemble the descriptions I've seen of the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think the more probable is that some manner of simulacrum born of Asian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Justola? I have been seen to the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ul'dah and delivered the Porxies to her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The Immortal Flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claim that a number of their kind have been abducted, and that men are responsible. Not as known of the perpetrators as yet, but the Immortal Flames went about investigating the abductions. They came upon one of... Okay. But as the Immortal Flames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Fan Daniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yansha. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, since you said yourself we can do little for now save remain vigilant, and since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian! Estinian? Now, just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be the first to welcome him, but the truth is, we will struggle to even find him. You let me and Kryl worry about that. We'll sniff him out, no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless. So if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Oh, I love those two. They get the job done. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them on the use of the Porxies. They will doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the tasks ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. 'Twas ever the way, the world often needs saving. Oh dear, are you not enjoying our adventure? I could really have done with a rest. Are you not enjoying our adventures? Come now, I didn't say that. While it may not be the most carefree experience, there's nothing in this world I would rather do than write a new future with you. Oh, a long future, mind. Whatever the Trolloferoi might hope, we'll stop them, won't we? Together. This man is in love with the Warrior of Light, I swear. That was incredibly romantic. What the heck, Kra? He's so sweet. The precious bean. I love him. At the very least, he loves us as friends. Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks. Uh-oh. Here we go. Sit back with your waters, hydrate, and watch the show.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Glory be. Glory be to Garlemald!
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
That was intense. Well, seems that all's not well that ends well, and I don't know that this ended well, considering there's Lunar Bahamut on the loose, a bunch of magical mystical towers, and a madman, 2 madmen on the loose trying to kill us. Either way, I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun when we reconvene tomorrow, which is my plan. I plan to be here tomorrow, see if I can't get through, hopefully, 5.5, first part. But depending on how quickly I can go, maybe we'll get through 5.55 too. Anyways, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!